Right, back again. Last time we were on, we had trouble with this. It just wouldn't budge. So we brought in the heavy artillery. I've been and bought a bloody big vise. Second-hand one. It'll do exactly what we need to do. So before we can use it, we've got to drill a few holes and bolt it to the bench. We haven't got much room to move because the car is right behind me. So what we're going to do is we're going to bolt the vise down, get that in place. Once the vise is in place, we'll get a bit of heat. I've got a heat gun with me. Big heavy socket set, so we will get this moving today, and hopefully we'll get the alternator belt on and get it moving. So once I've charged it up, I've got my booster pack there. We're going to charge it up, get a multimeter on it, make sure we're giving out the volts that we want, and then just check everything over. So I'm going to put this on a little time lapse because you don't want to be watching us messing around with the drill. quick on. That's on. Turn it off. It's on normal time. Alright. We've done it. Freed it off. That's just took half an hour to get that to slide. But now, when we put that back on the bracket, when we put the bracket on the alternator, we can slide this up and down via the nuts and adjust the tension on the belt. Once we put the tension on the belt done, we can start it up. So, put that back together there now. And away we go. So a little bit of messing around with a heat gun from the WD-40 and a spanner and a hammer and a vice, and you're away. Right, so there you go. We can put this back on the car, connect that to the alternator. Not sure if we'll have to get the car out though. Right, that bracket's on. That's as good as it's going to get for now. Don't you just love working on these old cars? This is why we're stripping it down. Now, here's a tip for you all. Get an oil off. But there's always E40. You just spray it on your hands. Rub it in with a cloth. It takes most of the grease off. Your hands stink of WD-40, but until you can get to the sink and hit it properly with a bit of Swarfiga, WD-40 is fine. Oh, now what you can just see is the end of me nail varnish. Purple on one hand and like a greeny blue on the other. And if you're wondering why we've got nail varnish on, the answer's simple. Granddaughters. And if you haven't got a granddaughter, you wouldn't understand. And if you have, don't need to explain it. But there you go. That's most of the crap off. Sorted. What we're going to do now is jump in the car, put the big booster pack on it, start it up, and see what works and see what doesn't. So, we'll see you in a minute. Right, we get Connor in here. Right, just make sure it's in neutral.
Yeah, that's neutral.
Go on, give that a whirl. Let's get rid of this. Right, is the battery light gone out? No. Right, have a look at the voltmeter down by the left knee. What's that say?
That's 12.
Right, give it a little rev. Battery light's gone out. Have a look over your shoulder. Is the alternator spinning?
Yeah.
Get a video of that. Behind you.
Oh, it's gone off. Hey, we've got smoke here. It's smoke in here. I don't know it.
Right, indicate left. Left indicator. Right indicator. Brake lights. Reverse.
lights, that's fine. Hazard lights. Alright, that's all fine. What's your head? Hazard lights. Side lights. Headlights, main beam, perfect wipers, horn, squirter, then the wipers off. That's full of silicon. Where's that coming from? No, that's steam. There's a load of steam coming up here. I think. Whoa! I think that's just where we had jet washed on it, but I can check that out. Can you see where that steam's coming from?
The third one of these along.
The third one, what? The third injector?
The third one of these silver things here, I won't touch it.
Which?
The third one along.
The third one of what silver things?
Yeah. See these? This thing here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the third one to you.
Right, that's the fuel injector.
Yes, that's leaking.
It's leaking.
Yeah, it's like spraying out the side.
Right, okay, oh, fine. We know that now. Then we'll put a new injector seal kit on it. Hello.
It's just hands on the sound for you.
Hello. What? What for? Oh fuck, I forgot all about it. Alright, I'll ring it to that. Alright, turn that back on now. Oh, hang on, that seems to be going. Right, turn that back on now. The rev counter and all that working. Okay, I'll do right, check it over. Apparently, injector number 3 might be leaking, but it's running too smooth to be honest with you, so I think steam was just the water from where we jet washed it the other day. What he's done here, look, he's put a load of silicon on there with our header tanks, so I'm going to have to flush all of that out, put a full engine flush in. But like I say, it's running nice for now. All the smoke's gone. Oops, you gotta run me over, yo. Smells fine. Give it a rev, Connor. So, alright, turn it off.
So the only things that are not working up to now, the reverse light, so we can check that. The horn, it's an air horn, so it's probably bloody corroded stiff, and the woo, you run me over. So the pump's probably not working, and the squirters, so that just could be an empty reservoir. What, babes?
When can I get you my car?
We'll sort that out in a bit for you. We'll get Daddy to sort it. I've sent the V62 off to apply for the logbook. So at least now we've got the little jobs done. Let's just put that back on. I'm going to take this off, get it scrubbed and cleaned out and swilled through. Take that off and I'll give it to a mate of mine who's a welder. He's better than me. And we'll get a new neck welders on, or solders on, or brazed on, or whatever the terminology is. But we'll get a new neck connectors in. So, you know, what's your leg? Everything in there works, yeah? So, as far as the electrics go, tiny little challenge. You can't even see it because the light's reflecting off the windscreen. Yeah, so as far as the electrics go, everything is fine, with the exception of the horn and that. And like I say, it's got an air horn on it, which is probably corroded, because that's what happened to my one, which is why I took it off and threw it in the bin. So, not bad. We've only a little bit done today, but it's a start. Now what we can do is start working on the fuel system. So I think what we need to do now is take the... Is the bonnet popped, lads? Yeah, there you go. Oops. So what we'll do is we'll empty all of this, hoover us all, clean us all, jet wash it, take the fuel tank out, mark everything, what goes where everything goes, clean it all, move all the wires, paint all the front, get all the front looking sexy and nice again. And then we can finish off all this needs cleaning look, because that's just full of cack, so we can jet wash all of that, get everywhere clean basically, and go from there. There's the air horns down there. Yeah, and that's why the squirters aren't squirting, because there's no water in them. So yeah, we'll figure all that out. And that there is the pump for the air horn, so we can just sort that out and see if we can get it working. If not, I'll take it off and put a bare pump on. But this is what we've got to tidy up. See that, look? All the paint and everything's come off, so we'll clean that right up with a wire. Oh, you the bastards. Clean that right up. Paint all that with fresh Amorite and stuff. Not Amorite, chassis paint, you know what I mean. So, a little bit of work to do, but at least we know. Oh, glove there. At least we know what we're doing now anyway, and where we're working. So, happy days.